What's going on, guys? Nick Lesagore here.
Brandon Delakia.
Exit 12.
Brewery?
Nope. Homebrew.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Homebrew.
What's going on, guys? Nick Lesagore here.
Brandon Delakia.
Exit 12.
Homebrew.
In the house.
Oh, yeah.
In the basement of the brewery, getting ready to can this little ditty. Our Saturday morning cartoons named Fruity Pebbles Milkshake IPA.
Yes, it's a big name. Big name for a big beer.
That's right.
And a big boy. Yes, sir.
Who do we collaborate with?
Dennis from Woodshed Brewing. Yeah.
That's right. We call it Saturday Morning Cartoons.
Oh, yeah.
We added a full box of a fruited cereal that will not be named. But if you go back on the brew day, you can certainly see it. A full box of it, 15 ounces in the mash. And then we added a fruited cereal extract after the beer had fermented out with the dry hop.
Yep.
So this beer is, the base of it is our Sam New England IPA. Mm-hmm. We utilized Galaxy and Citra.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And we utilized a lower temp Whirlpool. Instead of going 185, we went 165. Mm-hmm. And the idea behind that was to hopefully pull more of those fruit flavors out of the hops.
Oh, yeah.
So I know Brandon is very excited. This is kind of his brainchild in a lot of ways. So he is very excited to try it. Let's take a look at it, though.
Yep. Hazy, really hazy, extremely turbid. You cannot see through that bad boy at all. Orange, like a very light orange, almost similar to orange juice. What's that, a quarter finger head maybe? Yeah, it is exactly the color we want, but as Nick would say, let's get a snifferoonie on it.
Let's get a snafe.
I don't know how we do that. I cheers to sniffing. So right off the bat, I'm getting the Galaxy. It's definitely fruit forward, like a mango or like a papaya or something like that. And a little bit of cereal at the back end. I'd say that there's a little bit of that. The fruited cereal we use has a very distinct. It's in the pebble form, if that helps you out. But it has a very distinct smell to it and really flavor of a. I don't even know what kind of fruit you'd call it. But
Yeah.
Nick doesn't like me when I talk. He
No, that was
stuff.
fantastic. I agree with Brandon. Back end, definitely get that kind of fruited cereal concept. I think the sweetness comes through in the malt. Also could be maybe a milk sugar aspect as well. We did add a pound of lactose to this. And I think, it is fruity. It has that kind of passion fruit, light pineapple. Definitely has an orange characteristic to it as well. Maybe like a peach too. I think
Sure.
It has a stone fruit, like that peach concept.
Yeah.
Probably not as on the fruited cereal spectrum in terms of the aroma that we wanted, but I think it does have it on the back end for sure.
Yeah. All right. I'm ready. Let's dig in.
He's been waiting. I've had a couple pints of this with our homebrew club yesterday, kind of hanging out with those guys. Lou Brew, what's up? As well as Pico, what's up? Mash Paddle, nice to see you again, bro.
Yeah.
Drank a pint of this and thoroughly enjoyed it. So this is my third pint. This is Brandon's first. So Brandon.
Cheers. Cheers, guys. And gals. Okay, so it's definitely got a heavy hit of fruit up front. I'm getting the lactose. It's definitely there. It's really front forward. That makes it nice and creamy and smooth. Definitely differentiates itself from a New England IPA in that sense. It's very creamy.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think, in my opinion, the fruited cereal concept comes through lightly on the back end, and the back end does have a very, very light, smooth bitterness. And I think a lot of that can be attributed The fruit flavor with the bitterness, in my opinion, can be attributed to the 165-degree whirlpool.
Yes.
This thing is probably, and I think the milk sugar helps accentuate the fruit flavors on the hops, but this thing is probably the fruitiest beer we've ever done, in my opinion. I think that there are some of the Sam variants that we did that were great. The first and the first two, I think, were very, very fruity, but this thing is bursting with fruit on the mouth.
Yeah, and I'm really happy with the way the lactose plays. It's almost like you took a bowl of that cereal, after you've eaten it, the milk the residual milk that's afterwards, and sort of poured it into the finishing keg. That's kind of the flavors I'm getting. It's the pebbled cereal doesn't give a distinct orange, cherry, whatever. It's just sort of like this overall fruit flavor, and that's what I'm getting sort of in that middle end.
It's also like very, very sugary too, right?
Yes.
Like those cereals, you don't go like you said, you don't go, oh, I get pineapple, I get papaya. Mm-hmm. You go, I get fruity cereal.
Correct.
Like you can't point to anything specifically. It's just a very fruity, sweet cereal.
Yep. And I think the good thing about this is it's there, but it's not overpowering everything, where to the point of it feels generic or it feels artificial is what the word I was really trying to say is. It doesn't feel like it's artificial. You can still sort of, taste the malt characters and taste the hops. So I really think it's extremely well balanced.
Yeah, you get it. You definitely get that cereal on the back end, and I think as it warms, it's going to be accentuated quite a bit more. But the fruitiness, the fruity characteristics of the hops is kind of the show here. It really is. And the color, as we showed you, it is a little bit darker than a normal New England, and I do think that it could be attributed to the fact that we use. It could be attributed to the fact that we use two different base grains.
Yeah.
Personally, I think that's, and also you really get to see what using Irish moss and Whirlflock does to a beer, because we use Irish moss in Sam.
Yep.
We didn't use Irish moss. We cold crashed for the same amount of time, and that is what it looks like.
Yeah, and honestly, I would do so, and people have asked, why would you do that in a hazy IPA? It's not going to take the haze out of it, because that's a biotransformation. That's a permanent haze, not like a chill haze. So it will brighten your beer up, but this is plenty bright. This is like straight up orange juice. It's just a little more turbid than, say, your brighter Treehouse beers. It's more on the Trillium dank scale.
I think Brandon nailed it in that respect. I think this beer may be perceived as bright, and it is bright in a way, but it's very turbid. When you use Irish moss, you're allowing the Irish moss to clear out the hop after effects, the yeast after effects, and what results is a truly bright beer. Yep. So it's not turbid, it's clearer per se, but not clearer for a style of a New England. It's bright. It's actually bright. It's not clear. So I think those are kind of the differentiations between those two, like using 100%. Irish moss and not. Regardless, we probably babble on way too long anyway. Yeah. This is an absolutely fantastic beer. We're going to be getting boxes out to some of you guys in the club to try this out, especially Dennis. Thank you for the collab, Dennis. This was fantastic.